Back, ladies and gentlemen, for the finals for tonight's $300 minimum 4v4 search and destroy. It's myself here in the UMG studio. Lando, joined alongside by Jen, aka Lemon Kiwi from home. Jen, we're hopping in here toward our first round of our first map here in Ardennes Forest. Unfortunately for me, I am stuck in the overhead camera view for only the first round. But Simp does find one off the break with a sniper rifle, so it will be the boys for DNS getting the early advantage here.
Yeah, early advantage. Zaptius now with the bomb in hand wants to go over to the B-bomb site, but as you can see, GetBusy and friends have complete control over. Onyx now going to skip over and cut through to the mid-map. They should be able to pinch ProFeeZy out. He does go down. Glorios now the last one here for GetBusy over the B-bomb site. Now it is completely cleared, and only one person remains here for GetBusy. That's Phantomz. Bombs should be plenty here for Zaptius, and this should be a free round win for GetBusy.
Need it should 1 versus 2. Nate, I believe, gets tossed out. Will it find anyone is the question. No, Zaptius does have to back up. We'll see if we can get this plant off, as I believe that it is going to be Onyx lingering through mid-map engagement. Not happening fully as of now, but Phantomz still has some time to work with. Like I said, bomb not being planted as of yet. Just as I say that, Zaptius quick to hop that one on. And now we'll see how the gun engagement will be made here, coming through that flank of Ruins. I believe it will be Zaptius, the man to kind of face off against Phantomz, see how this one will go. And it might have been Phantomz who gets the point of view, might have gotten the side peek there to realize the engagement is getting ready to happen, catches him to the side, but I need to watch this one again. It looked like it might have been a turn on from the overhead point of view. And Zaptius with the FG42. Yep. Yeah, it was. Very nice shot there coming in from Zaptius, as that will be the first round on the board toward the side of DNS. And hopefully, I'm not stuck in the overhead point of view for the next round. And I am not. Thank the Lord. I appreciate the COD gods for giving me the grace there. Not allowing me to be in there for the next round. But of course, now offensive one coming in for the boys on GetBusy. As it looks like Simp yet again doing some damage. This is what we were talking about, Jen, heading into this round. As who were the players to be looking out for? It looks like it will be Simp with the sniper rifle for DNS. And Glory continuing on with the opposite end, the sniper rifle. But Simp finding 2 off the start. The pre-nade getting ready to come through. That could definitely affect Glory. But it looks like it's not going to land just where it possibly could have, as ProFeeZy very wary to get this bomb down here inside a cabin after already dropping 2 teammates. His third one falls, and not one player dropping for DNS, as they're now up 2 rounds to 0 with Simp starting off big with those 2 early snipes.
Yeah, Team Dashy now starting up with 2 rounds, and after a 4-man push towards the cabin side, Simp was able to pick off 2 with the sniper rifle, and then the closing in onto the rest of the players. It's 2-round advantage, as I did say. And the team of Dashy will be onto the offense, giving that bomb to Zaptius. Once again, 3-man push towards the B-bomb site, sending one to check over the A site for any flanks. But as you can see, it's going to be ProFeeZy and friends already in full control over at B. Now taking a look at this mid-map, we'll see if Team Dash want to go over to the B-bomb site. If they want to cut through mid, we'll work on the picks first, but not to their advantage, as Gloria starts with the first blood. But Dashy answers back with 2.
Simp able to find yet again another kill with a sniper rifle. Teammates up close, fires one onto ProFeeZy, gets tagged in the other side of Nihill. Last up close personal fight, gets the melee onto Simp. And now we find ourselves in a 1v1, and Nihill goes for the engagement. The final 2, as Nihill makes the interesting challenge, not one that you'd most likely expect, as Onyx, you can see, definitely gets caught off guard. Only fires maybe a bullet at the end. As I believe he also finds, what was that, maybe a hat trick in that round there, along with the 2 at the end. A fantastic play there coming in from the guys on GetBusy. And just like that, they are back in this game. A round that they desperately needed, but one that does get found there from Nihill. We'll see them back on the offensive round. We saw Simp obviously do some damage with that sniper rifle in the last one. Of course, you see them targeting those smokes, and I love this play from Simp, of course. Keeping in mind that, hey, most likely they realized what I did in that last round to them. They might call the smokes, and of course he responds to it. They try to challenge him, thinking that he most likely has maybe a machine pistol or still has that sniper rifle in hand, but little do they know, Simp now has the FG42, and now he has the machine pistol doing damage with it both. And I believe versus Glory, 1 versus 1. We saw Glory do some damage in his prior series, and we'll see if he can try to test his wits versus iBuLieVe. Looking on with iBuLieVe right now. The Concaster currently incorrect. I believe that's a little bit of a glitch right now, but firing some shots as iBuLieVe into Glory from Fire Alley. Not spotting him for now, but needing to try to play his defensive run correctly as Glory is the one who has to make the play. Does he get the bomb down? Does he try to go for the engagement? Obviously making the smart play here. Getting that bomb down, and where does iBuLieVe engage from is the question. Glory taking some shots from the side. Does he try to engage? Taking bullets constantly. Goes for it. Can he find the kill? But no, iBuLieVe will be there. Does pick him off in a big 1 versus 1 that will now go the way of DNS as they take a 3-1 round advantage here, Jen.
Yeah, this was totally in the advantage here of GetBusy at the beginning when they were pushing the site. And last time they tried to push all the way through cabin, they were getting picked off from Simp with the sniper rifle. But now DNS holding those close range quarters were able to make this all the way down to 1v1 when it came out of the patience from iBuLieVe to wait for the bomb plant to go down and go for the close range engagements. Winning that one really came close as Simp again has been amazing with the sniper rifle, gets the first blood, gives his team the advantage as they are dedicated. DNS are dedicated towards this B-bomb site. Now in a 2 versus 2, the numbers are equalized. As you can see, the forces here of GetBusy are pretty spread apart. Phantomz keeping an eye here on the A site, or ProFeeZy is keeping an eye on the B site. So wherever Onyx decides to go here with the bomb, he's going to be trapped here.
Yeah, Onyx, awkward spot to be in. Trying to fire some through ruins. Also spots ProFeeZy just toward his left. Has to go for the reload, and obviously ProFeeZy realizes such. Finds one on the flank at the beginning of this round, and finds the most important one here at the end. Machine pistol doing some work, and unfortunately for Onyx, didn't have enough bullets in the clip there for that PPSH, and honestly had some good moments there. I believe he had 2 weapons in his arsenal, and spotted one just through that backside middle street and also just inside of ruins, but can't get the job done needed. And now, just like that, another responding round coming in from the guys on GetBusy.
GetBusy now back onto the offense, giving that bomb here to ProFeeZy. Dedicated towards this B-bomb site, checking over from to the mid, where Onyx will be pushing up here for the team of DNS. Important engagement here. He's able to win, or actually lose against the Phantomz, as iBuLieVe will be the only one at the bomb site here to defend for B. Has to win this engagement against ProFeeZy. Should get an easy shot onto him. As the bomb is now down for GetBusy, Glorious now has to recover this bomb and win this against iBuLieVe. Now trapped between 2 players. iBuLieVe is able to win one, and his teammate comes from behind. As Nihill should be able to finish off this player, but no. The teamwork here out of DNS, they put them in the lead.
And that was a very interesting round that we actually see come in from GetBusy, just because of the fact that they bait toward they're going toward cabin, because in back-to-back offensive rounds for them, they throw that smoke over toward cabin side, where they're kind of trying to bait out Simp, essentially, trying to make him have to work harder for those sniper kills. They also toss that smoke in this next round after losing that one prior to Simp's sniper rifle. They throw that smoke over. Simp's now thinking, okay, hey, they're most likely coming over to the site because they've smoked it in back-to-back rounds, and now they don't actually engage it. They actually move over toward B, but it's such a massive play that we actually see come in from iBuLieVe, who's able to hold down the site, and he also finds 2 kills along with it. So major props to him, as he was definitely the major factor, is the reason why we see the guys on DNS actually win that particular round. And it looks like Suppressor out here for Onyx trying to be the silent man. As really, communication, when you have communication, you really don't need a silencer, but he's making it work for a reason. Takes out ProFeeZy in style, as it will be Phantomz now left in a 1 versus 2. Now make it a 1 versus 2 now. It was a 1 versus 3. As Phantomz still with a lot of work to do. Spots the head of Zaptius, but only for a quick moment. As this S&D gen could be getting done pretty quickly, as 5 rounds to 2. Boys on DNS lead.
This was a very interesting push out of DNS. The push pretty much 4 men right through the middle, had Onyx come all the way from behind the defensive team of GetBusy with the bomb. So that's a super risky move. If he would lose any sort of engagement into the backline of GetBusy, then DNS have to recover the bomb from the opposite side of the map, which would have been very hard to do objectively wise. Nonetheless, we are into possibly the final round where DNS could walk away with this, but it is GetBusy to start here onto the offense, giving that bomb as usual to ProFeeZy. Dedicated towards this B-bomb site, they're able to get the first blood and second blood onto Onyx and Zaptius. Now leaving Simp all by himself all the way at the cabin side. As you can see, GetBusy are over getting the bomb planted, or want to get the bomb, or are getting the bomb planted over at B, giving a massive disadvantage here to Simp.
Indeed. We'll see what this guy can try and get done. 1 versus 3 is the current position. Tosses out that nade. Not going to get any kills with it. No information either. And gets the kill there onto ProFeeZy, rocking scoped combat training for a reason. Definitely helps that sniper rifle be more accurate, but players all around him. Can he get the position that he needs? But no, Nihill is in the back lines and is just going to hit him across the face for good measure. Says Simp, I'm actually right here behind you. But still, smart play coming in. Nihill just like, yep, Simp, I'm right here, pal. There you are.
You could have like 360 no-scoped him.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if there's one guy
really
who could do it in this match, it would be Simp or Glory. It's fair to say. Either one of those guys could definitely do it.
Yeah, we'll GetBusy able to answer back after a bunch of consecutive rounds here for DNS, as this is still a very pressure situation for GetBusy. 1 round away for DNS. Onyx with the bomb in hand. Now they're deciding, do they want to go towards B, towards A?
Oh, Glory.
They found more success here towards B, as ProFeeZy's pretty pushed up here for the defense. It's going to be up to who gets the first blood, as everyone's playing very patient, checking out their sight lines. GetBusy want to go towards the middle of the map, but just like that, DNS lose Simp and iBuLieVe, which of course losing Simp is so bad. He's double digits right now, and Glorios not finishing yet, getting a kill onto Onyx, and now leaving poor old Zaptius by himself. GetBusy, stay alive in this series.
You do indeed, as Nihill gets picked off, but just as we start to say that, Zaptius 1 versus 2 could get this one done, as ProFeeZy and Phantomz are still alive. The only players to actually find a kill in this round, it was Nihill who found 2, Glory who found the 3rd. They're already dead, but it will be a kill that happens regardless, as it is now 5 rounds to 4. Like we said, GetBusy not out of this one just yet, as the 9th round will come to a close. Will overtime be forced? Can, what was it, a 5-2 comeback be made? Or will DNS close this one out and end the hopefulness that came out? It looks like Simp moving forward in this next round is going to be rocking the sniper rifle out. Not spotting anyone off the break, but it looks like the smoke gets tossed out toward A, and the nade comes through. Phantomz actually takes out his own teammate. He takes out ProFeeZy. That's the worst time for that to happen, is in a round where you're on the brink of elimination. Phantomz can't really afford to lose that challenge. And then, now they've got Zaptius and Simp just right around the corner here at Cabin. Simp needs to back up, and Phantomz obviously realizing that pressure has most likely ended, has to go for the plant. So a 3 versus 4 engagement, bomb is down, and they don't have a very big base to work with. Glory watching the flank, Phantomz watching through Forest, and just like that, Nihill finding 1 in that close peek. A 3 versus 3, and now Onyx trying to make that challenge from the flank, can't get anything done, and now him and Simp might have to rely on a bait and switch, but Simp only has a sniper rifle out. So here comes the challenge. Onyx is able to find 1, so Onyx finds 2, and Glory, the last one alive, is able to maybe find 1, but can't find the second for his troubles. Big kills coming out here at the end, as it will be a round 10 to close us out 6-4, as it will be the boys on DNS who clutch up when they need to and take map 1 in this grand final.
Wow, GetBusy were really set up over at Cabin, although they were down 3-4, and let's not mention the team nade, and that's the reason why they were down. But they had this fortress set up over at Cabin, had the bomb down, and it was all about patience. But then the storm that came in from DNS, rushing all these players through the singular doorway, and the final kills coming through, taking out Glorios as the last player there for GetBusy, as DNS now heading to map number 2. And what is this map going to be? London Docks, where GetBusy will now take host. And let us know your predictions in the chat, guys, because this seems very evenly matched, in my opinion.
Absolutely. I think it's definitely fair to say both these teams incredibly close, and I believe we've actually been able to watch both these teams play London Docks, of course, against very different competitors, but we actually saw or no, wait, we haven't. I was going to say we've seen bad play, but we haven't seen the boys on DNS play. But we actually saw GetBusy actually win this particular map in their last series versus the side of Supreme, where they won this one in a 6-0. Granted, totally different competitors when it comes down to their opposition, but definitely one that, at least so far in this tournament, they've looked to be strong on. So look for them. If there is one map in this particular rotation for them to win, it probably will be London Docks, and it will be a major kind of bold to kind of be pointing out is going to be Glory. This guy dominated when it came down to London Docks. He is a major competitor to be looking out for with that sniper rifle, especially on this map. But to me, it's going to kind of continue on from that first series now into the from that first map now into the second map is that battle, Glory versus Simp. Who can kind of get that advantage? Who can kind of find those first bloods and give your team the overall 4 versus 3 and so on and so forth. So very curious to see how the performances continue on as we obviously see Simp finish off 12-8. Typical Simp format to finish off with usually double digits when it comes in S&D. But still, the final time, it's time here for map number 2, S&D on London Docks for our $300 minimum 4v4 search and destroy taking place between GetBusy and DNS. Unfortunately, guys, we're having some issues with the Codcaster glitch. Essentially, whenever myself and Jen switch from different players, we do see different perspectives. So you see, I'm actually on board with Onyx right now. It actually shows ProFeeZy or Phantomz. However, though, it is Onyx. Of course, you can see the opposite team. So we do apologize for that being the case. However, we still will advance on and are going to continue on here with our final match. Like I said, for potentially the final time. Like I said, we saw map number 1 go the way of DNS, where they won that one in just 10 rounds of play. And now we're going to see how the boys like ProFeeZy and the side of GetBusy can try and respond here. As Snipe just happens to go past ProFeeZy's ear, responds back to ProFeeZy, and gets the headshot. Now a 1 versus 2. Bomb is down. And this is definitely a clutchable round. Up close and personal, trying to find Zaptius, who's currently going for the defuse. They just need to clean him up. Zaptius will drop, but thankfully iBuLieVe is there for the trade. As granted, a round that comes down to the wire, but yet again another one that goes the way of DNS.
Well, this was a little bit too close for comfort. 1v3, getting it down all the way to a 1v1 nonetheless. The defuse does go in favor here of DNS as they start off with the lead on defense, now switching on to offense. So we'll see. Now everybody's warmed up after a little bit of a break. We do remember we are in map number 2 as DNS taking that map number 1, 6-4. As iBuLieVe will now have the bomb in hand, heading right towards the mid-map. Onyx will be leading the way, faced off against Nihill. He'll be pushed back as the rest here GetBusy watch over from the top of the map. iBuLieVe needs to not go down here. Equal trades going in, 3 versus 3. Keep an eye here on ProFeeZy in the back line, who wants to find a kill onto one of these bomb carriers.
Oh, and Simp yet again does not get the better of ProFeeZy. Back-to-back rounds. ProFeeZy, I don't want to say getting lucky necessarily, but definitely getting the advantage. Actually picks a sniper rifle off the ground as we're seeing a 2 versus 2 up close fight. iBuLieVe is there to pick him off, and a response there from Zaptius. So back-to-back rounds, not necessarily coming as close to comfort as that one prior did, but still, the FG42 doing some damage. Zaptius is here for the pickup as back-to-back rounds toward the side of DNS. And honestly, when it comes down to this, these next 2 rounds, I think, are going to be huge, because if we see DNS get a duplicate here, it's just going to make things incredibly awkward for the guys on GetBusy, just because you're already down 0-1. You obviously lost that last map. I don't want to say dominant fashion, because, of course, at least it win 4 rounds of play, but being in best of 3s, momentum can kind of get lost fast. I think in rounds like this, round number 3, round number 4, they're definitely going to need to kind of pick things up and maybe even grab a lead. That would be big for their overall momentum. As making their way toward this B site, player number 7 in the back knows that this push is happening, so he can give a call out to his teammates. Most likely iBuLieVe was there for a challenge, however, does not make that push toward mid-cut. And so we'll see how they try to retake this site as the bomb still is yet to be planted. Simp ends up falling just shortly after Onyx, and Zaptius now left to do some damage as he does find 2. iBuLieVe finds the 3rd, and a 2 versus 4 clutch could definitely be coming into play as now Nihill is the last alive. 2 players to face off against. And just when we started to say that, hey, this is a round that could go their way, a round that they definitely need to try to equal things out to, it's a 2 versus 4 clutch that could be going the way, yet again, of DNS.
Yeah, GetBusy had the advantage at the beginning of this round. Complete B-bomb site control. Some on the left, some on the right. Full control, and they still didn't even go for the bomb plant. Now, after all is said and done and the smoke clears, Nihill is the only one remaining able to recover the bomb, but he's left in a 1 versus 2. And these players here from DNS have sights onto the B-bomb. Most likely know that Nihill is either rotating past it or rotating behind it. iBuLieVe checking out the bomb. Knows that Nihill's not there, so maybe they're expecting an A-site push, but that's Nihill checking out the statue side. Going for the kills, but the time not on his side. 3 consecutive rounds here for DNS. Playing his life here, but costing him the round. GetBusy trailing behind and need to switch or swap this momentum in their favor, as they'll be taking the defense this time.
Yeah, and kind of I don't want to say an awkward ending for Nihill, but you've got to at least make more of an aggressive rush, because you're most likely not going to win the 1 versus 2 you have to at least go for a plant of some sort, because you got to imagine that maybe the players rather on the other end, as Phantomz and Glory respond for 3 total. You've got to imagine that either the guys group up for the opposite team, but Nihill does play passive and obviously drops in that last round. However, it's a new round, new play. Round number 4 up, and at least DNS is able to escape with this one as a 3-1 compared to a 4-0. Totally different when it comes down to a best of 6 rounds, as ProFeeZy does drop iBuLieVe here inside of barrel building. So that push coming in from DNS toward that water side bomb does not work out for them. In that engagement, like I said, we bring up Phantomz finishing off 2, and they're going to need to have pretty big momentum swings just like that in future rounds to kind of see things go their way, because they're going to need some momentum to kind of get under themselves. But keeping in mind, Jen, as the smoke start to come out toward that B-bomb site, iBuLieVe does have streaks to work with, so easily could call a glide bomb or that fighter pilot in at any moment throughout the rest of this game.
Ooh, Onyx holding it down over at the B-bomb site. Gets traded out, however, as GetBusy now take full control of the B-bomb site. iBuLieVe now realizing his teammate is down, needs to go take his place. Phantomz will have eyes here on anybody coming from the spawn. Recovers the bomb from his teammate. As possibly going here for the bomb play at any time. Glorious keeping an eye here on the statue side. So now just waiting for iBuLieVe to push.
Fighter pilot.
It is a 3v3, but look at this fighter pilot trying to kill Glorious, but somehow doesn't get any kills. Everybody's out in the open. What's going on?
So fighter pilot does at least gain some information, as the 3v2 currently in advantage of GetBusy. Zaptius and iBuLieVe still up. iBuLieVe on one side, Zaptius on the other. iBuLieVe spots one. And Zaptius had a point of view where he could have shut down Nihill, didn't realize he was inside a coal room, so iBuLieVe does get traded out. And the timing gone their way, it could have easily been a 2 versus 1. However, Zaptius not finding that line sight. Now has to try to do some damage, and I believe he at least spots one. Could have spotted both. Nihill's not here for the immediate trade, so Zaptius does not go for the rush just because he doesn't know where Nihill is. Up close and personal fight, the machine pistol is out. And just like that, back-to-back rounds here for the guys on for the guys on GetBusy. As Phantomz continuing to make an impact, trying to bring these guys back, not in just to this map, but into the series as a whole.
And GetBusy, I mean, they were trailing 0-3 now, 2 consecutive rounds, only making this a 1-round differential. As DNS back onto this offense here, and they need to keep this lead and keep this momentum, as you've said before. Now Zaptius picking up this bomb here. They're going to be checking out this middle map. iBuLieVe will be facing off here against Glorious. iBuLieVe does get stunned, trying to exchange some nades here in the progress. As Glorious trying to go for the kill. Nobody has been exchanged quite yet. As you can see, DNS are aiming to go towards this B-bomb site, but they have to take care of Glorious here over on the statue. Cuts. Some streaks being called in, and boom goes Glorious. That takes care of their problem. We should be going here for a plant, as Nihill will have to take his place over on the statue side, and ProFeeZy on the other side of Crate, where Onyx will meet him.
Of course, they play for the streak. Zaptius is able to finish off ProFeeZy. Now we find ourselves in 2 versus 4. Phantomz nowhere to be found, but keeping in mind how close to that mortar strike he is currently at. And I don't believe the DNS are aware that these streaks are currently in his possession. And if you're Phantomz, as much as you would obviously use these streaks to try and clutch out this round, most likely not the smartest of plays, and of course doesn't call it in, however, does get picked off from behind. As Onyx will be there for the pickup. As round by round we go, DNS still with the round advantage. We're taking a look at the scorecard here. Simp actually sitting at 0-5. Definitely something that we're not used to seeing after 6 rounds of play, yet to find a kill. And it's currently iBuLieVe leading the way. 8-2. No streaks left for him, but like I said, keeping in mind for future rounds, Phantomz does have the glide bomb, has that fighter pilot. And Simp looking out with that sniper rifle, as he's been continually having issues just based off the fact that they're constantly having those smokes go out that limits his vision. So overall, his ability in game is kind of lessened just because he isn't able to get that line sight, isn't able to kind of get that vision for his team. However, they're still doing the work, and now Nihill and Glory are left in a 1 versus, or excuse me, what was it, 2 versus 3, now a 1 versus 3. Glory all by himself, and a round that, honestly, Jen, this could be a make or break moment, as you'd like to expect that with a 5-2 advantage, they would win this one. But just like that, Glory finds one, tags up one, heading into toward barrels, as Zaptius will stay alive for the time being. That could definitely change the tide of how this grand finals will conclude. As Glory checks off toward his left. Can he find the kill? And Zaptius not going to be there. And just like that, 5 rounds to 2. The boys on DNS are continually holding on to these man advantages as they are there. Now they are just 1 round away from closing out this grand final.
A very unsuccessful push there for the offensive team going towards the waters or the dock side of the map, whereas the first time we've seen actually a bomb push at the more preferable bomb site, where they lose already 2 members at the beginning of the round and soon to follow, leaving in a 1v2 or 1v3. Nonetheless, Onyx pushes up here with the bomb. It gets immediately killed there from ProFeeZy. We're going to need Simp here to step up with the 0-6. Not looking too hot for the squad, as the rest of DNS are actually towards the bottom side of the map. So now they need to rotate up and help Zaptius recover the bomb. But iBuLieVe goes down as well. Advantage currently in favor here of GetBusy, as they're able now to play the patience and the time game, knowing where the bomb is. Zaptius gets a very important shot onto Phantomz, trying to equalize these numbers here. But looks like the objective isn't in anybody's mind. ProFeeZy keeping an eye here on B, while the rest of DNS hunting for some kills to equalize or to even up the series here.
Nihill picks off 1, the pistol toward the side, as GetBusy will at least force a round number 9. As I like this play from Glorios. I believe prior to that one, he was just kind of sitting on those crane stairs. Plays the time well, obviously gets the call up from his teammate, and goes for the engage. And now heading in toward this next round, how can GetBusy continue to stay alive? As keeping in mind, like I said, Phantomz still has streaks. And honestly, if you are in the mind right now of DNS, this has got to be the last thing that they're expecting. You've got to imagine this is probably the last thing they're expecting, to have streaks come from the skies. And so we'll see if they play off streaks or if they're going to try to continue to stay alive, because they can't afford to die, or at least have a 2 versus 4 engagement, because if they do, the streaks are almost going to become rendered useless. And so Fighter Pilot going to come out here from Phantomz. And now we'll see how the boys from DNS will react. Most likely not expecting it, but I believe they're all able to get inside of cover regardless. So Simp hanging in the back lines is going to be totally fine. 2 players over on water side aren't rendered in any harm whatsoever. So with that, Nihill, though, able to find 1 onto Onyx. ProFeeZy getting up close and personal as Simp takes out his teammate Phantomz. Shot coming in from Zaptius as Hill finds 1. Nihill trying to keep the team alive is on a forward spree. Has found 2 in this round, and now ProFeeZy, a big engagement. Simp and ProFeeZy could potentially change the tide of this one, as Simp gets the hit markers also with the pistol, is not able to stay up. ProFeeZy finds him, and I believe Nihill on the other end finds his 3rd, gets the hat trick in this round. But ProFeeZy potentially getting the most important one, the one at the end. Is round by round, GetBusy are still hanging on here, Jen.
Of course, and GetBusy were down 0-3 when this game started. Now they have the potential to bring this into round 11. They step into the defensive role, while Simp and friends giving Simp now the job of holding onto the bomb and the job of dying, as Glorios finds 2 with the sniper. Advantage clearly here in favor of GetBusy. The bomb here is recovered for Onyx, as they want to head towards his cabin side, but now knows there's a sniper here. Glorios, can he get the ace?
This man Glory is turning up exactly what he needs to, finding 3 big kills as iBuLieVe left in a 1 versus 4 situation, as we are most likely, and granted at this point, definitely going to see a round 11, an 0-3 start, an overall 5-2 advantage, as we are now heading to a round 11. We're seeing overtime here for map number 2. Of course, it's going to break down the situations. If GetBusy win this overtime round, they do force a map number 3 on Sainte Marie. However, if it's DNS who wins this particular round, they will close out this tournament in a hot 2-0 as your victors. And keeping in mind, DNS, they will now be on the offense. What site do they choose? Looks like they are going to be preparing toward B, and keeping in mind, Phantomz has the glide bomb. I believe the only current streak in this round, as we'll see how things start to line out. Playing very passively off the break. Simp, quick to spot 1 toward that corner onto ProFeeZy. The nade comes through, and here comes the streak from Phantomz. Can he find anything? At least gains the information. They know the site that they're preferring toward, which is B. So no more information, no streaks. It's straight up guns now. However, they do have a little bit of that early knowledge. As iBuLieVe hanging on those stairs. Yet again, gaining information on the ProFeeZy, but ProFeeZy goes for the engagement and finds the kill. A huge first blood there from ProFeeZy. And Simp keeping in mind that he's just lost his scout. He just lost the man who was getting all the information for his squad. As now they have to back up, trying to reset, trying to go back to the drawing board. But not a whole lot of time left to form strategies. Only 25 seconds left here in this round, Jen.
Wow, and it must have also known iBuLieVe was laying down in that building, so easy engagement to expect here from ProFeeZy. Simp now, gonna try at his hand, has Zaptius by his side. ProFeeZy turns and burns on that player, but Simp is there for the trade. As Phantomz get these long-range sights, knows this player is there, cuts down Simp for the final kill. And that's gonna be the Friends or Nihill's team here, taking this 6-5. That's GetBusy, winning this one.
Wow. So GetBusy will force the map number 3 in our final, as we're going to be seeing Sainte Marie du Mont for it. As like we said, an 0-3 start, then a 2-5 comeback for the guys on GetBusy. As we were talking about momentum, how they need to kind of get a little bit of a swing heading in toward what could have been at map number 3. Well, they definitely have got it now. A 2-5 comeback is definitely something that will give you a little bit of momentum and a little bit of fire under yourself, but still a huge win for the guys on GetBusy. And honestly, it was a major turn-up that we ended up seeing coming in from Glory. Of course, we talked about that, what was that, that sniper hat trick that he gets in the round prior to this one in round number 10. We ended up seeing ProFeeZy's amazing performance, kind of holding down that bomb site over toward Buzz, quite literally by himself for the longest time. I mean, just momentum play after momentum play. I think, what, it was Nihill's performance before the snipe play that we see from Glory and round number 9. I mean, just different moments throughout every single round that each player on GetBusy was turning up exactly when they needed to, and that's exactly what you have to have when it comes down versus a very talented team like DNS. Something else that we have to talk about was Simp's lack of performance. Of course, he finishes off 2-10, but at one point, I think he was 0-6, so definitely something to kind of keep in, kind of hold into consideration. That's not a performance that we're going to see happen very often from Simp. So was it just a small game from Simp that happened to be a moment where GetBusy starts to capitalize on? Or was it just the fact that we see the guys on DNS, like I said, we saw Simp have a slow start. Did someone kind of pick up for him? That's a kind of a little bit of a problem for GetBusy that we have to kind of keep in mind, is that Simp had a slow game and they still barely win a map. That's something that you're not going to get very often. So very curious to see how GetBusy do respond when it comes to the map number 3, which I am very curious to see how that one will line out. Sainte Marie du Mont, obviously a combination of a number of different things. You definitely see sniper rifles. We're going to see a lot of kind of similar hits toward that radio tower bomb site. A lot of continuous plays, but like I said, a lot of communication, a lot of chemistry. Half it's going to be based on that particular one. And if we know anything about GetBusy, 3 out of the 4 of these guys are on the hype unit roster. Obviously, we're at CWL Dallas, so they've got that chemistry, they've got the communication, but you got to be keeping in mind the guys on DNS, of course, iBuLieVe, Simp, Zaptius, Onyx. I know at least 3 out of the 4 of these guys are in S&D tournaments every single night, so they've obviously got that chemistry when it comes to online plays as well. But guys, we're going to be heading to Sainte Marie du Mont will be our final resting place here for the $300 minimum 4v4 Search and Destroy Grand Finals. Myself, Lando, here live in the UMG studio, joined alongside by Jen, a.k.a. Lemon Kiwi from home. Jen, we're hopping in here toward our final map for tonight. And I have to already get your predictions. Do you think it's going to be GetBusy who closes it out? Or do you think Simp & Co., the group from DNS, are going to lock down this map number 3?
Well, I think GetBusy are going to continue this momentum, but it's hard to say. Both maps have been pretty equal, 6-4, 6-5. As ProFeeZy gets the bomb down super quick over at the A-bomb site. Now on a 4 versus 4, this has now begun a time crunch here for DNS. They're still looking on board here for ProFeeZy, waiting for the push from the other side of DNS as one Onyx coming through this mid. Zaptius has the line of sight, so over at the rest of the folks on GetBusy as Nate smokes and everything exchanged in the middle. It's 2 go down after the smoke clears for DNS. They're not looking good to get this round.
Yeah, and just overall great positioning. They get the bomb down. I believe the smoke gets tossed down as well to kind of limit the vision. Simp getting a hit marker. Rather unfortunate, as the flank was watched perfectly there by Nihill. Definitely not a position that I've seen too many players kind of linger or kind of sit in, as he was kind of hiding in the grass and was not going to be spotted anytime soon. So smart play to kind of get the bomb down, have everyone kind of on the same focus of mind, have the flank watched, and overall, A successful round there of search and destroy as they grab the first one, and one that we've obviously seen them have issues in the past there, Jen, as they get a full kind of wipe as no one on the side of DNS even gets a kill. But then we've seen them struggling. I feel like the last two maps, we've seen DNS kind of get the advantage, whether it's been 2-0, 3-0, whatever it may be. Finally seeing the opposite kind of take place, as I believe the gas grenade actually gets tossed out. Love the play coming in from the guys on GetBusy. Essentially what the gas grenade does, kind of acts as a permanent stun for a few seconds. And can obviously do quite a bit of damage over time. Obviously limits the line sight. Smokes and stuns are nice, but gas grenades can definitely catch the enemy off guard, and obviously doesn't matter. You're rocking Hunker. Nihill gets dropped from one corner as iBuLieVe is able to take him out, so a 2 versus 3. Just as I say that, Phantomz goes for the awkward challenge. Glory was meant to find the pickup after. Does do that, but 2 more players left in his line sights. Goes for the reload and drops on the corner of the stairs as he'll fly down those. He gets picked off.
Both offensive round wins for both sides. GetBusy went towards the bottom bomb site on the first round, and DNS going towards the top found equal success. Is now going to be back to GetBusy onto the offense as we head into round number 3. Pretty back and forth so far. Take a look. Most likely going to give that bomb to ProFeeZy, their objective player for the squad, unless they want to switch it up. No, still ProFeeZy as they're heading towards this B-bomb site. Most likely some smoke, some nades, some everything compact into a little grenade will be exchanged. Like you said, the gas bomb making its way onto this map. It's iBuLieVe now laying down, just waiting for ProFeeZy to challenge on this other side. The smoke's being laid down here for the bomb carrier to possibly get this down as Nihill opens up with the first blood. iBuLieVe now knows ProFeeZy's on the other side. They're right beside each other. ProFeeZy wins that one. And with that, he's finding success and security in getting this bomb down for the squad.
DDR Simp left all by himself as Glorio's, aka Glory, shuts down Onyx. And Simp with the sniper rifle and all to do. Rather awkward position for him to be in. Might have spotted ProFeeZy on that jump and absolutely destroys him. Finds one. Give me the second. Takes out Nihill, iBuLieVe, too. But granted, too many players alive as Phantomz thankfully is there. So sees 2 skeletons hop up there for his teammates, but thankfully is there for the pickup. However, though, I want to kind of point out something in that round that we actually see from the guys on GetBusy. What we end up seeing is we obviously see a number of different kind of tacticals get thrown out, grenades, smokes, whatever it may be, but we also see the gas grenade get tossed. But at the end, we see a late smoke get tossed out, which is what I love because they kind of waste all that utility, and not only waste it, but they kind of throw that out to make the enemy think that they've wasted all of it. And just at the end, they toss out that little that late smoke to kind of essentially think that, hey, okay, here comes the enemy. They're not going to challenge. They think we've already wasted our utility, but they have a smoke just kind of waiting to be a problem. So that player who starts to peek out is then immediately blinded by the smoke, gets kind of caught off guard. So they kind of allow them to have a lot more time than the enemy would originally expect. And that was just overall a very smart play for them. It's going to wait, use that smoke to the latter part of the round to give them more time to get the bomb down, and obviously causes a major problem for the guys on DNS to try and react. Granted, Simp had some great work for that sniper rifle in the last round, but now looking on. Obviously lost the last one, and now is currently sitting in a 2-on-4 in this round number 4, as him and Zaptius are left to try and retake on this B-bomb site. Granted, they get the headshot onto ProFeeZy, which is going to make things a little bit easier for them now, Jen.
And initially, this was a very good play out of GetBusy to let iBuLieVe push into the bomb site, throw a gas bomb to cut off the entry for the rest of his teammates. So it was an easy first blood for GetBusy. Now in a 3 versus 2, we've got Simp here with the bomb, and Zaptius by his side. They're looking like they have full control here of the site. If you take a look in the overview, nobody is really close here for GetBusy. Glorios now finally making its rotation. Phantomz equally on the other side. The bomb is now planted. Very important engagement here from Simp that wins it. Zaptius cleans up the player on the other side, now leaving Nihill, the last here for GetBusy. Wins the gunfight against Simp. Now it's Zaptius and Nihill in a 1 versus 1. Where Zaptius is clearly in the advantage, having the bomb down. Nihill with a pretty big task, wondering if he's going to go for this or concentrate on streaks here. Finally, he's finding a moment here to challenge. 18 seconds remain, and Zaptius wins that one. 2-2 split for both teams.
Was that a 2 versus 4? I believe that was, I want to say 2 versus 4, or at least a 2 versus 3, where they get the bomb down, and I was actually checking both players' point of view. It was Simp at one point, like I said, Zaptius on the other end, both finding their clutch 1 versus 1s, but granted, that's the awkward thing when it comes down to that particular play, because you got to imagine, they're sitting in that site. I mean, they're probably not watching the same point of view. You got to expect they're both watching one or the other. And granted, they kind of force themselves into 2 constant 1v1s, ones that happen at a little bit of a delayed rate. So kind kind of an awkward play that we see come through, and one they definitely should have won. So, of course, another offensive round here after that last loss there from GetBusy. Is not going to put that bomb down just yet. Nades get tossed out, and Nihill does drop as an immediate 3 versus 4 offensive team at a deficit. As ProFeeZy, due to that side peek coming through, will pick off at least the information there onto iBuLieVe. So getting that bomb down, and I'm curious to see if they wait to throw out that smoke like they did in their prior offensive round, or if they hold on to it. It looks like for the time being, going to hold on to it for now. As Simp going to join up with iBuLieVe, as we'll see if they try to make this engagement happen. As you'll most likely see, as he fires that bullet, them start to engage because they're trying to make the enemy think that they're coming from one point of view when they're actually coming from the other. And the back lines, a collateral I thought came in for Simp for the moment, but only takes out his teammate iBuLieVe with the headshot. Glory picks off one, and now we find ourselves in a 1 versus 2, one that could have definitely seen different results, but unfortunately Simp's sniper rifle does seek the head of his own teammate, as it will be the guys on GetBusy responding with a round, as ProFeeZy's here for the final kill.
Not looking good for GetBusy at the beginning. They had full bomb site control. DNS didn't send anybody there. DNS get a lucky nade and actually first blood GetBusy. And then they were playing super patient. They weren't getting the bomb down, and it was looking not good because then they were dropping members. Now into the last parts, GetBusy were able to get the round win. Now onto defense. They have a task here of holding on to B. As they get to touch it first, ProFeeZy waiting there, able to pick up one. Wow. Nihill with the second kill, forcing Onyx and friends to disengage. Simp from the long range of sights, able to pick up Glorious in the sniper battle. But Phantomz, as you can see here, he's waiting over at A, knows this rotation is coming in from Onyx, but is Onyx going to be aware?
Definitely possible, and it looks like Onyx immediately fires the bullet, so gives his position away, but also knows where Phantomz is. As in Phantomz calling this one out, I believe he has a teammate sitting inside a top red, which I thought was ProFeeZy. Current ProFeeZy doesn't have the weapon of choice to maybe take him out. But regardless, sniper bullet coming in. Obviously, no one being there. Simp misses that one. Tossing out the nade. That one could be good on ProFeeZy. ProFeeZy jumps forward and misses the snipe. Thankfully, the pistol is there to do the damage. Quickly after, Phantomz finds one. Nihill should be able to find the second, but Onyx going for the immediate challenge. Could escape and does in fact do so. Onyx in a 1 versus 2, but Nihill holding that incredibly crucial top red point of view. We talk about top red when it comes down to especially being on defense, because you can check both A and B in a matter of moments. And a player who's currently, or really at any moment, if you're in a 1 versus 2, 2v2, doesn't really matter. Holding that top red position, especially being on defense, is so crucial. And obviously, Nihill showing exactly why, as he can check that bomb site, especially with an FG42, is able to pick off the final players. As now we see the guys on GetBusy with the 4-2 round advantage, and they've succeeded quite a bit when it comes to offense. Can they do it yet again and get toward this 5th round here, Jen?
Yeah, but can they open up with a 2-piece like they did onto that last defensive round, where they got first and second blood and then won the round after that? Got a little bit hairy at the end, but nonetheless, ProFeeZy steps on to B, knows there's nades coming in, knows there's people on the other side of that wall, feels safe enough to go for the bomb plant. iBuLieVe is now trying to peek it, but has no sights onto the actual bomb. Able to get it down 4 versus 4. iBuLieVe and Zaptius now want to be aggressive, but throwing out some more smokes. Even can disorient ProFeeZy. Now 2 pushing up. Ooh. Can he at least get a kill?
Wow, and iBuLieVe is able to find it.
Doesn't.
Onyx finds the second coming from top red. We see a 2-piece come from the opposite way, and now 3 coming in for the guys on DNS. Glory, last alive. Gets the drop shot onto one. Can't find that one on Onyx. And just like that, iBuLieVe is here for the defuse. And like I said, Jen, we talked about in the prior offensive round for the guys on GetBusy, they open up with a 2-piece, but it's the exact opposite. DNS, in some cases, is able to find it in that situation. And I believe it's also DNS who tosses out the smoke there to try to limit the line sights on ProFeeZy. And thankfully, the trade happens, and just it's a matter of who happens to fire through the smoke the best. And it happens to go the way of DNS is heading into round number 8. It's only a 1-round difference.
Onyx now bomb in hand here for DNS, and they're still into this series. This is map number 3, and 1 round separates these 2 teams right now. So anybody could be going for these big bucks. As you can see how patient these players are playing for DNS. They're not rushing up to B, as they usually do. ProFeeZy's always the one that touches B first. Yeah. But now Nihill's going to be sitting there, even Glorious in a good position. But that's Nihill striking first blood there onto iBuLieVe, as now they're not in a good spot right now. They have the bomb, but not the numbers they would like. So are they going to rotate towards A? Phantomz will be waiting for them. If they do, as Onyx equalizing these numbers, just waiting for maybe the rotation through from GetBusy to push through the B-bomb site. Knows it's not coming, so they don't have a lot of time to play with. 34 seconds, finally deciding to go towards a site where Phantomz is now no longer there. He was camping out, trying to see if they would rotate towards... Oh, there he is. He's at the very bottom.
I say they're waiting to push toward the site because Simp has to gain the line side here in top red. The only reason they get that bomb down is whether they face Phantomz head on or whether Simp can get this player out of this top head glitch. They get the bomb down, but ProFeeZy is here, picking off Simp, goes for his weapon, but unfortunately it's not an FG42. So bomb is down. They have no top red position, and just like that, Zaptius is left in a 1 versus 3. ProFeeZy coming from the side, and a little bit of a ring around the rosy. As you see Zaptius playing great trigger discipline. They have no idea that's coming from this current point of view. However, letting his shot go, isn't able to find that crucial kill onto Nihill as they're going to give him the defuse. Granted, not going to earn streaks at this rate, but kind of a slow passive play that we were kind of talking about through that round, Jen, because they were waiting for Simp to find someone in top red. They're able to kind of get Phantomz out of that bomb site for the time, but just kind of too little too late as the defuse comes in. And we also have to give a lot of credit to Nihill as he found the first blood in that round, finds the one at the end as well. But still, playing incredibly strong throughout this entire series, currently sitting at 9 and 5, most kills, not just for his team, but the entire lobby, as it is currently the guys on GetBusy who are up 5 rounds to 3. A big advantage right now, as they only need one more round to close out tonight's tournament.
GetBusy looking to win this offense here. Huge engagement from ProFeeZy and Onyx. Now, who's going to win this one? Onyx is deciding to disengage as he now knows that GetBusy are looking towards this A-bomb site. But now they need to quickly get this bomb down. Now revealing their position here to DNS. Not going to be good, but look how patient everybody's playing. Nihill with the bomb, still waiting for the go-ahead from ProFeeZy and friends. Not sure who's a shot caller, but they're still keeping their eyes here on mid-cut, knowing that Simp in this top middle building has sights on the bomb. Now Nihill finally is able to get the bomb down. 4 versus 4, time crunch here in favor of, not in favor here of DNS. Important engagement. ProFeeZy wins that one against Zaptius, tries to turn and burn on Onyx, and he does. Sim around the corner. ProFeeZy has to get away with his life. Simp wins that engagement, however, as streaks coming in. That's good night to Simp.
Simp was just at least trying to get the team kill for Nihill to go through, but congratulations to the side of GetBusy, as they will win the $300 minimum 4v4 search and destroy. Like I said, congratulations to ProFeeZy, Glory, Nihill, and Phantomz as they win Sainte Marie du Mont 6 rounds to 3, and in total 2-1 in this series. But kind of breaking down that last round there, it was just a matter, honestly, of them choosing the opposite site, which definitely wasn't expected for the guys on DNS. Not exactly expecting that particular round to, or that particular offensive round to go that way. And then we also see Simp kind of lingering in top red. He was the guy to try to get a little bit of that positioning, and obviously doesn't have the particular great weapon of choice because he obviously sees Nihill get the bomb down, doesn't really have the best overall positioning because he doesn't see the bomb actually get planted. Once the indicator goes up, he goes for the check. Well, he has a PPSH. Who's going to win a battle? A PPSH on a head glitch or another guy on a head glitch with an FG42? Would most likely expect to see Nihill walk away with it. And also keeping in mind that Nihill gets the bomb down. As soon as he gets the bomb down, he also earns streaks immediately. So that already kind of coming into play gives a massive advantage to the guys on GetBusy. And honestly, one that you have to be thinking about a lot more on the side of DNS, just because you have to have an FG42 sitting up top in any point of view, just because you've got to be thinking that, hey, one guy's on streaks, especially being in the current way the round is going, they're most likely going to give the guy who's close to streaks that bomb so we can earn it faster. Unfortunately for them, they just don't play it correctly. And just overall a great bait and switch that we see from GetBusy kind of toward that back barn area. They play it well. They pick off, I believe it was Onyx for at least the first or second kill. And they're able to kind of make it work since then. But regardless, what seemed like a series that could have gone the way of DNS, a moment where they were up 1-0 in the series, and they had a 5-2 advantage. Think about that, Jen. They were up 1-0 in the series, and they had a 5-2 round advantage in map number 2. I mean, everything was set in their way to close this one out early. But like I said, a 2-5 comeback in map number 2 gives them that momentum to force their way here to Sainte Marie du Mont to close this one out in prime fashion here on Sainte Marie du Mont. And like I said, win this series 2-1.
Yeah, congratulations to GetBusy, not only taking the second map, but the third map as well. Unfortunately for the other team, that looking so strong, taking map number 1, I believe, in round 11. But this series got brought to map 3, and lots of money here on I guess 10 o'clock West Coast time, whatever o'clock it is everywhere else. But they're feeling pretty good with cash in their pockets.
Yeah.
And looking forward to seeing you guys at the next tournament.
Absolutely. Of course, want to give a massive shout out to the players, of course, for playing in tonight's tournament. I have to give a GG's to as well. The second place team being DNS, iBuLieVe, Simp, Zaptius, and